So this story takes place in the summer of 2024. I'm 16 years old and I'm in TY, which is 2 years before I graduate school. And this year was the most degenerate year of my life, as you can tell. I said in the previous video. If you didn't catch that, there's my story time. And yeah, so me and a few others got invited to this trip. It was in a youth exchange trip. And we got invited to this trip to Poland, okay? So we got a trip to Poland. It was only for 1 week. And yeah, so we got the flight there, we got the accommodation, and we met up with the locals of who we were going to do the exchange with. They were Latvian people and Polish people. And when we first arrived, you know, it was really warm. It was like 30 degrees. Surprisingly, in July in Poland, I didn't realize that. And then after, started, you know, having a storm. Like there was like thunder. And I was just like, what? And let me tell you, this story goes a bit wild just on this exchange trip alone. This story goes a little bit over the top because we almost did get kicked out of our accommodation. Us and a few others who were doing the exchange, and the Polish people and Latvian people, because we were all in this one group connected together. So then, yeah, we just landed at the airport and we got a bus because we weren't at the destination. We landed at a different airport in Poland. So we had to take a bus to go to our actual destination in Poland. And that literally took 2.5 hours. And believe it or not, I almost forgot my luggage. So like, obviously, you know, when you go on a plane, like I usually put my luggage below the plane. So I had to wait on the baggage belt. And after like 20 minutes, it wasn't there. So I had to go up to like one of the reception. I didn't even know, they were speaking Polish. So they didn't know too much English, so I kind of had to Google Translate my way to tell them what's going on, what's the problem. It took like an hour and a half to find my bag, literally, because like it went in like a different like area of the airport, which is bizarre. But eventually I did get it, and then we took the bus back to our destination, which we were going to. This bus ride was 2.5 hours, so it was fine. And then after we met up with the our exchange students that we were going to do an exchange group with, there was 6 of us from our country, which is our group, which are doing the youth exchange. There was another 7 from Poland, they were the Polish people doing the youth exchange. And another 7 from Latvia, which they were doing youth exchange too. And we met up with them. It was hype, you know. We didn't say too much because like we didn't know if they knew English or not. So after that, we just went to McDonald's and stuff. Like, I know it's a bit degenerate, of course. Like, this is one of my degenerate years. And then obviously we had McDonald's. We went to the shopping center, done all this stuff. But then on the 3rd night, okay, this is where things turned for the worst, right? And basically we went back to the hostel. It was a good day. So we went to the Old Town, which is in the city center, the Old Town city center. And yeah, everything was going fine. We went to the city center, we took some pictures, we went for a little walk, and we got some food. We got a bit of pizza. And then after, this is where it takes a turn. And we went back to our accommodation. And then we went back and we were literally just out in the hallway of the accommodation. We were just talking to a few of the Polish girls, and me and my mate, we were there. So we were just talking to a few of the Polish girls, like just as usual as we do. Because like, you know, we were like, you know, those type of men we just like approaching. So we were on the hallway. We were playing cards. We're playing Uno. So it was actually pretty, you know, it was pretty chill. And believe it or not, we went back into the room, and then we saw our door. Our door got like broken down. So basically the door was like it was almost like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like, oh, this is a funny story, but it almost like, the door was like limping, like I don't know how to explain it, but it was like almost off the hinge. We went back and we were just so confused on what happened, because like I don't even know how the door was like that. So then we went back to the other group. We weren't like, there was a different group where they weren't sitting down with us playing Uno and like cards and stuff. And we went over and we asked them, and then we asked them what happened, and then they were like, I don't know. And I could see one of the guys in the he was wearing a cap, and he didn't even say anything. So I knew for certain it was probably him, because he didn't say anything. He was just like, he just turned away. Like he didn't even say anything. He just like didn't look in our direction. And after we came back, to the accommodation, inspected the room, see what the door was like. The door was limpid, so it wasn't in the best state. After like 2-3 minutes after, one of the employees that works in the one of the cleaners, she comes up, and then she saw the door, and then she said in Polish, but she said in broken English, she was like, "Oh, what's going on? Why is the door like this?" And then instantly she puts the blame on me, which I don't know why she put the blame on me. I didn't even do anything, but she literally put the blame on me. And after I got brought down to the reception, and then the owner of the hotel was there, and then I almost got kicked out of the hotel because they were saying, "Oh, you can't be doing this." I think because the cleaner told the owner it was me, but even though it wasn't, it was probably it was one of the other guys who did it. She was like, "Oh, you cannot do this. This is not allowed. Why you almost break the door? We have to kick you out. You cannot come here ever again." Stuff like this. They were like, I literally got threatened to oh, I had to leave and stuff like that. Even it wasn't just me. It was our whole group. The people who were in my group, not the people who were in in the Latvia group and the Polish group, but the people in my group. We literally got they were saying, "Oh, your group has to leave. You cannot stay here anymore." All this and that. As soon as they said, I was like, no, I didn't do that. That was not my fault. And then she was like, "Oh, because you were at the door, so we knew it was you because you were there and you were standing there and the look on your face." And then I was like to her, "No. I was like, "No, I didn't do any of that." And then I told them, "Oh, I'll go get the person who did it," because I didn't know who did it at the time. I think it was that guy, but we went back up. So I went back up, me and our group, and we went over and we asked the people in the group, who's the big group, who was playing cards and stuff, all the girls and stuff, and then we were asking "Oh, was that there before? Did you see what happened?" And then they said, no, we didn't even see anything that happened. And then we were just okay, we just go ask the other group. So I walked over, and while we were thinking, me and a few of the guys we were there, we were thinking, we're like, we're pretty sure it's this guy, we're pretty sure it's this guy. If I don't think it's this guy, then I don't know what to believe in. Honestly, if no way the door magically was broken like that when we first went in, because 20 minutes ago it wasn't like that. Yeah, so we went over to the other group. We asked the guys. We asked the one guy who looked very suspicious because he had a very, very reserved look on his face. So we asked him. We were like, "Oh, do you know what happened to the door?" And he was like, "No, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, friend." And he was just denying the whole thing. I was like, "Bro, I think was that you? Because just I could tell by your body language and everything, you're very reserved. Just the way you acted, it doesn't make you seem very, very innocent." Then he came over, he was looking at the door, and then he told me we finally got it out of him. And he finally admitted. He was like, "Yeah, that was actually me." Yeah. We were to him, we were about to get kicked out of the accommodation because they thought it was us and our group, and we were disrespecting the hotel and stuff like that. And we told him "Just wait here, go downstairs, go tell them that what happened." He came up with some lie, he told them "Oh." So he went downstairs, and then he told the reception, the owner of the hotel, that "Oh yeah, friend, I slammed the door shut, and then the door went like that." And then he told basically a whole a talk story. It wasn't even real. It was just waffling the whole time. Yeah. Then after the owners were they were to him, "Okay. Since you're Polish," because he was a Polish guy, so they were "Since you're Polish, there's some discrimination going on in the hotel, bro." I don't even know why they were oh my goodness, bro. We went back to so he was talking to the receptionist and all that stuff, and he told me, "Oh, it should be okay now. If the door is okay, and that they told him they'll give him another chance, basically. Apparently for us we didn't, but for him he did. So we were fine up until that point. So that's it from me. I'll see you guys later. Peace.